Let me say this very clearly. Donald Trump is calling for Democratic lawmakers to be killed. And it's not being hyperbolic. It is the truth. Now, let me show you what he's so miffed or pissed about, and then I'll show you what he said. This is video. This video that I'm going to show you, these are Democratic lawmakers who are veterans who have served this country. They made this video urging members of the military not to follow unlawful orders. Watch.
I'm Senator Alyssa Slotkin.
Senator Mark Kelly.
Representative Chris Deluzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
Congressman Jason Crow. I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy.
Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
and the intelligence community
who take risks each day
to keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk.
This administration is pitting our uniformed military
and intelligence community professionals
against American citizens.
Like us. You all swore an oath
to protect and defend this Constitution.
Right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad,
but from right here at home.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law
or our Constitution.
We know this is hard
and that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
the Army,
or Navy,
the Air Force,
your vigilance is critical.
And know that we have your back.
Because now, more than ever,
the American people need you.
We need you to stand up for our laws,
our Constitution,
and who we are as Americans. Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up the ship.
Don't give up the ship. Well, that did not go over well with Donald Trump, especially since he has, he's got these folks out there just rounding people up off the street. No due process, members of the military, ICE, all of that, all masked. Some of them in uniform, some of them not in uniform. It's been very controversial. And he's doing it without, obviously, with the support of local elected officials or local law enforcement. So Donald Trump immediately said that they should be killed. He's saying it's called seditious behavior at the highest level. That's what he said on Truth Social. And he said each of these traitors to our country should be arrested and put on trial. Their words cannot be allowed to stand. We won't have a country anymore. An example we must set. Now, he not only posted that, but there are so many of these Truth Social posts that Donald Trump, I believe, according to the Political article, that Donald Trump reposted 16 Truth Social posts, including one that advocated for hanging the Democrats, like George Washington would. Donald J. Trump, he retruthed this post. Hang them, George Washington would. That is coming from the President of the United States, who is, I don't think there's anyone who, any lawyer or anybody else would tell you, he's advocating violence and death and putting these people in danger. And he has the nerve to want to sue people because he feels that it is somehow hurting him. Now, before I think this is outrageous, but we know that Donald Trump is desperate right now. And what he wants to do is change the narrative away from the Epstein files. Now that he's signed the Epstein files, saying he is hoping that this little investigation that he started in the Southern District of New York, that'll be enough of a cover when Pam Bondi says, I can't release the files, I can't release all of them because there is an active investigation. So he is hoping that will change it. That's what he's hoping for. So let's just put up some of the things that Donald Trump posted or reposted. Okay, so this one he said, seditious behavior, punishable by death. What is that saying? That he believes that this is seditious behavior, and if it is, he does believe it, then he believes that they should die. There's no other way to put it. Is the FBI going to show up, or the Secret Service going to show up at Donald Trump's door for threatening the lives of lawmakers? This is outrageous behavior from anyone. This is something that a troll or a cult member or someone who is part of the MAGA movement, one of the MAGA brain dummies that usually does this sort of threat, this is something that they would do and something that they will now emulate. And if anyone did that, especially to Donald Trump or any member of the Republican Party or any MAGA member, surely a member of law enforcement, if not the Secret Service or the FBI, or someone would be showing up at their door and saying, are you threatening the president of the United States? And so now you have the president of the United States seemingly threatening the lives of lawmakers. Okay, so this one says seditious, and then the next one says, this is really bad and dangerous to our country. Their words cannot be allowed to stand. Seditious behavior from traitors. Lock them up. President DJT. Now, he got a lot of press and lock them up, lock her up with Hillary Clinton. So he thinks this lock them up thing is going to come back for him. Again, trying to change the narrative. Is there another one? Or perhaps that's it. Well, but at least 16 times that Donald Trump has posted or reposted something about lawmakers. All of these people serve their country, and they should be congratulated and honored for serving their country. We are just a few weeks out of Veterans Day. The few weeks out of Veterans Day, and here he is, it's not just that they are members of Congress. It is that these people put their lives in danger, on the line, could have lost their lives to protect and serve this country. And now Donald Trump, someone who said he could not serve because he had bone spurs and had finagled his way out of serving this country, is now saying that people who serve this country should be killed. First of all, there's a constitution and there is a freedom of, we have the First Amendment, which is freedom of expression, freedom of speech, freedom of the press. And I think members of Congress and lawmakers are entitled to those freedoms. And if anyone knows about military service, it is not Kankle's McTrump, or as my friend Jen Welch calls him, Kankle's McTaco Tits. It's people who have actually served this country who know that you do not have to follow an unlawful order. And Donald Trump probably knows that. Someone has told him that, and they're saying, oh, that's the worst thing. We can't have that out there because then we will have members of the military actually not doing what I want them to do. Chris Murphy, senator, responding to Donald Trump's threats.
The President of the United States just called for Democratic members of Congress to be executed. This is not normal. We cannot allow this to feel normal. This, as far as I know, has never happened before in the history of the country. Every Democratic member of the Senate and the House, their life is in jeopardy right now, especially those that were specifically targeted by this social media post. Democratic senators and House members who were simply saying that no member of the military should act illegally or in violation of the Constitution. The President of the United States just called for members of Congress to be executed. If you are a person of influence in this country, maybe it's time to pick a fucking side. If you are a Republican in Congress, if you are a Republican governor, maybe it's time to draw a line in the sand and say that under no circumstances should the President of the United States be calling on his political opposition to be hanged. We are at a very dangerous moment right now. The President is engaged in the wholesale incitement, endorsement, and rationalization of political violence in this country. This is a very slippery slope that we are on. This is a moment for people to step up, for Republicans to step up, for business leaders to step up. Anybody who has a voice or a soapbox in this country needs to draw a line in the sand and say that it is not acceptable for the President of the United States to call on the murder of his political opposition.
And he said it. He said execute. He's calling on people to be executed, and he's calling on people to be murdered. That's what Chris Murphy says. And how do you argue against that? Chris Murphy is right. It's time to pick a you-know-what side. And I'm glad he said the word. It's time to pick a side. This is outrageous. This has gone far beyond, well, I don't know that this is far beyond because, perhaps we should not be surprised here if you look at the James Comey of it all, the Letitia James of it all, the John Bolton of it all, going after his political rivals. He wants to have his political rivals jailed. And in this instance, it appears that he wants them dead. And that is the President of the United States. Now, people should be outraged by this, but here's the one thing that I will tell you, and this is my warning and advice. This should be taken extremely serious, but do not take your eyes off of the ball or off of the prize, because that's what Donald Trump wants you to do. Because Donald Trump doesn't want you or anyone else or the media focusing on the Epstein files. He wants to change the subject on the Epstein files because that's where he's most vulnerable. So don't let him change the subject, media. You should report on this, but you should be reporting on the Epstein files. That is the most important thing. That is the big news. That is the breaking news. That is the top story. That is above the fold. Epstein, Epstein, Epstein. But perhaps Donald Trump should get a calling from or a talking to from law enforcement about putting people's lives in danger and threatening the lives of people who have served this country in the military and people who have served this country as public servants, something that he knows nothing about. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Your support means the world to us. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a show. We're live every weekday at 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Time with new clips dropping at 2 p. and 8 p. And if you want even more Don Lemon Show content, join the Lemon community. Members get exclusive posts, behind-the-scenes videos, and live chats just for you. So hit the join button or visit our channel page to sign up. Thanks again for all your love and your support, and I'll see you next time.